Hey guys, so today is going to be my July beauty favorites. I am sitting in front of my couch again, not because this is like my new place that I plan on filming, but because my camera is still not here. I ordered this camera now, I believe it was 9 days ago, and to make a very long story short, UPS completely messed up with the delivery of this camera. I paid to overnight it, and then they ended up holding it at the shipping facility for me to come pick it up, because apparently I requested to pick it up, even though I didn't request to pick it up, and then instead of trying to redeliver it, they sent it back to the sender. So my camera is now currently headed back to New York City, to the B&H Photo headquarters. So because of that, I still don't have a camera to use other than my small little vlogging camera. So this is the only place that really works with my vlogging camera in my house. I tried putting it on my tripod where I normally sit in front of my desk, and it just was not working. The angle was terrible because of the way this camera is. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up about that story now because I'm sure you weren't interested to begin with. So anyways, I apologize if the lighting is a little wonky or if the angle is a little off. This is what we're working with though. So I figured better a kind of misplaced video than no video at all, right? Right. So before jumping into my favorites, I just want to quickly say thank you so much for the outpour of love that I received on my last video, which was my New York City vlog. I was not expecting that whatsoever. Thank you so much. It just goes to show even more, you know, how incredibly blessed I am to have you guys. Just so many beautiful people following me, and I just continue to be blessed by you every day. So thank you so much. I wasn't joking in that vlog. I just feel like that meetup really did change me for the better. I know that might sound cheesy, but I don't really care. I just feel like the past few days I've just been on cloud 9, and I just feel like I just feel amazing because of you guys. Like, you guys have just inspired me so much. You just inspired me just to look at the good and just keep moving forward, and you guys filled up my love tank. So I am very thankful for that. So the first favorites of my video, since I'm sitting here drinking it to begin with, is the drink that I always talk about from Starbucks. The reason I'm going to mention this to you guys is because I am not joking. I probably get 200 to 300 tweets every single day asking the specific name of this drink that I'm always raving about. If you follow me on Snapchat, I talk about this way too often, but it's so freaking good. So anyways, this is the Starbucks Passion Iced Tea Lemonade, sweetened with a pump of raspberry. So this is the grande size. So when I get it in grande, I get 1 pump of raspberry. If I get it in venti, I'll get 2 or 3 pumps of raspberry. So it is the passion fruit iced tea lemonade with a pump of raspberry. And sweetened. If you don't get it sweetened, then it's like kind of bitter, but some people like that, but I get mine sweetened. So that is the drink from Starbucks that I cannot get enough of. It is so freaking good. So this is the Glam Glow Flash Mud Mask, and this is the most recent member of the Glam Glow family. I personally think that Glam Glow is the best brand when it comes to face masks. They are my absolute favorite masks in the world. The white jar, the blue jar, the green jar, and the orange jar. Like, I use all of them on a monthly basis. This one, which is the Flash Mud, and then the hydrating one that's in the blue jar, if you are dry, those two masks, they are literally life-changing. They help my skin so much. I go back and forth between this and the blue one, back and forth on a weekly basis. I use this and the blue one both 1 time a week, and they're a match made in heaven. Sometimes I'll do this one, and then I'll do the blue one immediately afterwards in the same night, and my skin just feels so incredible. So anyways, this one right here, the new Flash Mud one, it says that it is going to brighten, improve radiance, luminosity, even tone, and correct. Basically, what I like about this mask is it is the most amazing exfoliator in the world. So when it goes on, it's just kind of like a super grainy, it feels like there's sand in it, like a thin, white, grainy mask. Let it sit on the skin for 10 minutes, and then when you wash it off, it is so incredibly exfoliating. It feels incredible. Now, this is a mask that will probably leave your skin red unless you're not sensitive at all, but I have very sensitive skin, so my face always looks like I just got beaten up afterwards. It's like beet red for like 30 minutes, but I love it because it is like one of the only things I feel like truly removes every single piece of dead skin. Like, when I went to New York, my skin was so freaking dry, and it just happens every single time I fly. I'm dry as it is, and going up into the air just makes my skin that much worse. And I had like literal pieces of dead skin like sitting on my nose, and I was exfoliating when I was there, and when I came back, but it was still dry. I could feel like the tightness on my face. So yesterday I used this mask, and it is the only thing that completely got rid of my dryness. I used this mask, I went in with my normal moisturizer, and my skin is back to normal. It just looks so luminous afterwards and so glowy. It just really removes all of the dead skin. And no, I am not sponsored by Glam Glow. I just love their products that much. So this is the Glam Glow Flash Mud Mask. If you have dry skin, if you need to remove, if you want luminosity or radiance, you will love that mask. What? obsessed with me? Boy, I wanna know. I should talk about lip products next, right? I mean, it wouldn't be a Jaclynhill favorites video if I didn't talk about my lip products. The first one that I want to talk about is super random because I don't even know like what this is or where this came from. I honestly think that somebody handed this to me in a goodie bag at IMATS last year in January of 2014. Like I have the slightest memory of someone giving this to me. This is a lipstick by Appeal Cosmetics and it's in the shade Mock-Up. And you guys, you know what? There's probably, honest to God, nothing so special about this lipstick other than the fact that I just love nude lipsticks. And I swear to God, I can have 30 different nude lipsticks from 30 different brands and I'm gonna be like, they are all so different. And you can swatch them and there's literally no difference whatsoever. But in my mind, I'm like, I need every single one of them in my life. So this is just a really beautiful nude lipstick and I have been loving it recently. It's just very... This is honestly just a very pigmented, very creamy, opaque, nude, pinkish lipstick. I love it so much. It's like a mix between MAC Blankety and MAC Cream Cup. Like if those two had a baby, that would be this lipstick right here. I don't even know where to find this lipstick online. Honestly, I have no idea, but it again is by Appeal Cosmetics in the shade Mock-Up. I don't know anything about this brand whatsoever. Like I've never talked about something in a favorites video that I've just been so like about in my life. But I have been using this nude lipstick constantly for like the past 6 weeks and I figured, you know what, if I've been using it, I should talk about it. So this next favorite that I have been obsessed with for the past, I would say 6 weeks is a YSL lipstick and it's the color that I'm wearing on my lips right now. I have been wearing this like crazy. In the summertime, I just love coral peach lips. I think it looks so beautiful on pale skin, on tan skin. My favorite is a blonde that wears coral lips. I don't know why. I think coral lips are so flattering on blonde hair. I think it just looks gorgeous. It's like a match made in heaven. But anyways, this is the YSL lipstick in the number 13. Very pigmented, creamy, coral peachy lip color. I think it is gorgeous. I have looked everywhere for a shade that is comparable to this and just as beautiful as this and not $30, and I can't find one. If you guys have an amazing recommendation for a creamy, opaque coral lipstick, you let me know because I am all about corals and peaches. I just think they are so gorgeous. So again, this is YSL number 13. You can see what it looks like on my lips up close. This angle is so awkward. I look like such like a peanut head, but still you can see the color. It's a very, very pretty shade. I think it's beautiful. So in my Sephora haul a couple weeks ago, I told you guys that I would let you know how I feel about the new Marc Jacobs lip glosses. And let me just say, I feel very passionately about them. These are absolutely gorgeous. I have been loving these glosses. So I did get them in 2 shades. Of course, they are both nudes. I got them in Sugar Sugar and I got them in Moon Glow. Moon Glow, I'll start with that one first. It is a very pale color. I can't wear this by itself because it's just too pale of a gloss, but I will wear this over top of a lipstick and you can see it right there. Look at the shine. You guys know that I've been talking so much recently about glosses being glossy. I feel like so many glosses that are coming out recently are so thick and so opaque that when you apply them, they look and feel more like a lipstick, and I miss a glossy gloss. I've been saying this for a couple of months now. Like those Kris Jenner lips, I swear to God, the woman has the glossiest lips in the entire world. Like I want to meet Kris Jenner's makeup artist just to be like, what's the gloss? Like I need that gloss in my life. Urban Decay used to have a gloss that was like the most amazing wet looking lip gloss in the world, but they discontinued it. It was a very sad day. And so this one right here is called Sugar Sugar, which is a little bit of a warmer nude with a little bit more pigment, so it's not as pale as Moon Glow. Sugar Sugar, I have been wearing this one out. I've been wearing this constantly. I just love them. They're moisturizing on the lips. They're just very soft and they're very glossy. So I've really been liking these Marc Jacobs lip glosses. Another gloss, which is an oldie but a mother trucking goodie. If you guys have been around on my channel for a long time, then you will recognize this bad boy right here. This is the Buxom Lip Polish in the shade White Russian. I swear to God, I keep going back to this. I keep repurchasing this gloss. It's so good. I also love the shade Samantha, which is a nude color, but it has a little bit of gold reflex in it. So beautiful, especially for the summertime. But this one is White Russian, and the only reason I'm talking about this specific shade is because it's what was closest to me, but I'm just talking about the formulation in general. I feel like Buxom Lip Polish, they are definitely the award-winning glossy gloss. Like your lips just look wet. When I did my Sephora meet and greet, there was someone working there at the Sephora Union Square, which by the way, Sephora Union Square has such an amazing team. There were so many cool people that worked there. I just loved them. But there was a girl that had the glossiest lips and I was like, what are you wearing? And she was like, oh, it's Buxom. I was like, of course it is. So Buxom lip polish, I feel like they definitely take the cake for like my favorite glosses right now. I will say that they have a very intense minty feel to them. So if you're in a cold climate, as weird as it is, it will make you freezing cold. I have worn this in the winter months before up in Chicago and I regretted it. It's like when you're in the freezing cold and you put in like a really intense like spearmint gum, you're like, oh, it's like so freezing. That's how this is. But if you are in warm climates in the summer and you put this on your lips, honest to God, it will make you feel cooler if you're on like a hot summer day. So like wearing this to the pool, to the beach, if you're going to like a concert, you'll appreciate it because it's very minty. Next, I have a blending brush by Morphe, and this is the M441. Honestly, you guys, I have been so in love with this brush recently. I didn't know that they made this brush. I had no idea. I am like pretty set in my ways when it comes to eyeshadow brushes, especially blending brushes. Like I use my E25 from Sigma, my E40, like they're going out of style. Like I'm obsessed with them. So the fact that another blending brush has fit into my like necessary blending collection is a big deal. I use this in the Sigma E40 to do my eyes today, and that was it. Like I just love this so much. It's just so fluffy. It's a tiny bit longer than the Sigma E25, which I never knew how much I would love that. It's just so fluffy and easy, but yet it's dense enough to get precision. I love it. If you're in the market for a good inexpensive blending brush, look no further, the M441 by Morphe. I am an affiliate with them, so you can use my code JACATTACK in all caps, and that will get you 10% off if you're in the mood to save a little money. This is the Kat Von D Shade Light Eye Palette. It took me a minute to jump on this bandwagon. I really don't know why. I can be stubborn when it comes to palettes. I don't know why I have this like towards palettes. I don't know what palettes ever did to me and why I hold a grudge, but for some reason I'm just kind of like when it comes to palettes. I don't know why. I need to get over that, but if you notice, I don't use many palettes in my tutorials. I just use my single eyeshadows. I'm like, I know it works for me and I don't need palettes, but this has kind of broken me out of that. I really, really like this palette. I hate it when it's dirty though. I'm constantly blowing it. So constantly blowing it, you're done. I mean, if that's not what she said, then I don't even know what she said. That's how much she said that. That's what she said. So this is an all matte palette, which is just freaking glorious. And there are tons of warm shades, but there's also cool shades in here as well, which I love. It's just such an easy palette to do so many different colors. I have been very into matte eyeshadow recently. I went through a stage where I needed my shimmer, I needed my glitter, I needed my sparkle all day, every day. But recently, as you can tell, I have been really feeling matte shadows. I just love it. So these are really high quality shadows, you guys. Like I really don't have anything bad to say about them other than they can be a little dusty in the sense that when you go to put a brush in one, I'll just show you guys right here so you know what I'm talking about. Like when you go to put a brush in one, do you see how much product comes out of it and like how much goes on the brush? That's what I mean by dusty, is I feel like with a really, really good quality eyeshadow, like a Makeup Geek shadow, when I go like this with my brush, not that much shadow and product falls out because it's creamy and it's pigmented, so just a little bit goes a long way and it really grabs onto the bristles of the brush. That's the only thing, which is not that big of a deal. It just might mean that you might need to just go back in with like a second layer as opposed to just one. But these are blendable and I really like them. I think they're great shadows. I think this is a really nice palette, and you have these three colors up here, and this is such an amazing transition color right here, by the way, you guys, if you're going for a cool tone eye. Anytime that I have worn a cool tone look recently, this is the shadow that I will use because I just think it's such a great, perfect transition shade. And then this peachy shade right here, don't get me started, freaking love it. So that is the Kat Von D Shade Light Eye Palette. I really do enjoy this. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. Again, another palette. Look at me go. I don't know if this is actually still available at Sephora, but if it's not that big of a deal because I'm not even specifically talking about the palette. I'm talking about the colors in the palette. You guys know how much I love my Hourglass Luminous Light highlighter, which is not in this palette. It's sold individually. So let me just tell you what happened. I reached down for my Luminous Light one day and it was gone. Gone. I don't know where that little bitch ran off to, but it's gone. Like it's nowhere to be found. I have dug through my entire makeup collection and it's gone. So some little gremlin crept into my house and stole my Luminous Light and then took off because it's gone. And I really want to repurchase it, but I'm just like, So in the meantime, I have been using this bad boy because I got this for Christmas or something, I believe. But anyways, so I've been using this recently, and what I have been loving about this is I have been, as you know, very into glowy, dewy skin. Do you feel me? And so recently what I have been doing when I set my under eye concealer, and I always go in with like the Anastasia banana powder and like the MAC Emphasize, and I lightly dust that on, very lightly. Like I have not been packing it on recently like I used to. I'm just kind of like very lightly dusting that on, and then what I'll do is I will take these shades, any of them. I'll take this one, I'll take this one, I'll take this one, I'll combine them all, whatever. I'll just take any of these shades, and I will then lightly swoop these underneath that eye area as well. And I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but I am very dry, as I've said 5,000 times, and so my under eye area can look dry and look kind of crepey sometimes and kind of like age me in a way, and I hate it. So when I have been using these just to lightly sweep over that area, it just gives my under eye area just life back to it, and it just makes it look more youthful and glowy. And especially in person, I don't know if the camera's picking it up very well as I'm looking, I can't really see that area, but in person it just makes my face look so much more youthful and alive. So that's what I've been using these for. Again, I don't know if this palette was limited or not, I am not sure, but if it's not a big deal. Any of these hourglass highlighters will do the trick. These are the ambient lighting powders. It just so happens that I lost my luminous light, so I'm using the palette, but I just thought that I would let you guys know if you guys are dry and you wanna try that. It really has been working wonders. Now, if you overdo it, it will work against you. You don't wanna pack these on your under eye area. Just like a couple of very light sweeps will just bring a lot more light and attention to that area. So I have this all under like my entire eye area, but then just the top of my cheekbones, I have on Champagne Pop. So you can see like Champagne Pop right here, but everything else is this palette. And I have on a matte blush and a matte bronzer. So you can see like all of this, that's this palette right here. Okay, moving on. Another palette, look at me go. And I'm over here saying, oh, I never use palettes, but I have a third palette. I'm so proud of myself. I bought this palette because an old friend that used to work at MAC with me, Adrienne, she told me that I needed to try these because she said that they are hands down the best shadows she's ever used in her life. So I was like, damn girl, okay, calm down, I'll try it. So this is by the brand Visart. It's V-I-S-E art. Visart. I don't know. Whatever. So this is the palette 01 Neutral Matte. I think they have 2 or 3 palettes. They are online only, I believe they said. At least that's what it said when I bought mine a few weeks ago. And you know me, of course, I bought the palette that had mostly warm shades. And I have been loving this palette recently. This is what I'm wearing on my entire eyes today. I am wearing this color and these 2 colors in the crease, and then I'm wearing this on the lower lash line, and I blended it out with this and this shade right here. I just think these are beautiful. This little like reddish color right here is gorge. They are very pigmented, they're very blendable. This was a pricey palette. I don't remember exactly how much I spent on it, because I'm not gonna lie, I bought like 4 other things that day. But it was pricey. But if you are trying to find a great neutral palette that is nice and small and condensed and amazing quality, this right here. Like, these are amazing. You know me though, you guys, I'm not gonna tell you you need this in your life. I'm just sharing this is one of my favorites of the month, but honestly, these are totally duplicated with Makeup Geek shadows, and I think Makeup Geek shadows are just as good. I personally think Makeup Geek shadows are the best shadows in the game. That's just my humble opinion, but this is amazing. So if you guys are looking for a really great palette, right here. I have to talk about these candles. So I mentioned these on Snapchat a couple of weeks ago. So this is by the brand Tyler Candle Company, and my good friend Linda is the one that introduced me to these. She came over to my house and she was like, girl, you are obsessed with candles. And I was like, I know, like I have a different candle in every room at all times. So she was like, you need to get on Tyler Candle Company and get yourself some candles. They're incredible. So Tyler Candle Company does not have an official website. I don't think. I have to order from like this random website. I'll try to find it and link it down below. These candles are $20 a piece, but they are so amazing. So my favorite one, hands down, is the one that I'm burning back here, and it's called Warm Sugar Cookie. You guys, never in my life have I smelled a candle like this. It is so freaking good. So I live in a condo, and like I have 2 stories until you get down to my front door, and every single time someone opens up my front door, they're like, oh my God, it smells good in here. And I'm like, I know! Like, it is so potent. Like, it's one of those candles, it has 2 wicks, and you can light it for only, no joke, 10 to 20 minutes and blow it out, and your house is gonna smell like that candle for the next 5 to 6 hours. It is so strong, and they're just so amazing. Okay, so to finish off my favorites, I have two perfumes I want to mention, and they're both very similar to one another, actually. The first one is the Miss Dior. This is just the original Miss Dior, I believe. I am a huge Dior fan of like Dior perfumes. Dior, like Miss Sherry, is that what it's called? Like Dior Blooming Bouquet. Blooming Bouquet, I've gone through like 3 bottles of it. I love those perfumes. But this one, I recently picked up, I would say maybe 3 months ago, and I have just been in love with it, and John loves it too. It's definitely an evening scent. It's a scent that I feel like I spray on when I want to feel like sexy and sexual. Like when we're going out on a date, this is the scent that I will spray. It's just so like romantic, and I love it. And it's weird because I feel like I'm growing up, because never in my life would I ever have thought that I would like a fragrance like this, because it just seems so like mature, you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know, I've just been loving this. I wish that I could describe it to you guys and let you smell it. That's what I hate about talking about perfumes over the internet. The next one, I cannot believe that I am mentioning this perfume right now, because this is just the weirdest moment for me, because my sister used to wear this perfume so much for like 5 years. This was my sister's signature scent. So anytime I would smell this, all I would think about was Rachel, and I couldn't get it out of my head. But she has not worn it now for a long time, not to mention we don't live in the same state anymore. So I no longer smell it and think of her. But it's just weird because like, this is just so my sister's scent. But anyways, I have fallen in love with it, and it is the Coco Mademoiselle. It's by Chanel. So it's Coco Chanel Mademoiselle perfume. It is just such, it's what I'm wearing right now. It is such a warm, again, sexy nighttime scent. It just smells like you're a woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not a little girl perfume. It just smells like that's a woman. These two perfumes definitely have a similar vibe. I don't think that you need both of them by any means. I think that you could just do one or the other. I think this one is a tiny bit sweeter, and this one is like a little bit more deep, if you know what I mean. They're both so good though. I go back and forth like crazy. They have been my 2 favorite perfumes recently. So yeah, I thought I'd share them with you. All right, so those are all my favorites for the month of July. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you had a great month of July. It was such a crazy month for me, but so much fun. It was my birthday month. I had friends and family into town. I had the best meet and greet of my life. So it was a very fun, successful month if you ask me. So fingers crossed for August. This month is gonna be absolutely insanity, but I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna power through. So thank you so much for watching. As always, leave me your favorites in the comment section down below so I can check out what it is that you guys have been loving and see if there's anything that I need to add to my collection, as if I need more makeup, right? Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye. It's so good. I told you guys. I try to savor it, but I can't. I can't.